I
wish
really
to.
appreciate you. I wasn't sure if you were going to come on tonight. I wasn't going to do a show if you couldn't make it. But what always a great pleasure and a great honor to have Simon Shack on the Fakeologist show.
Oh, don't be so flattering.
Why
it's just
not? It's
it's just
true.
me. All right,
It's
but
true.
but
I'm a big fan.
but I see you've titled this podcast Simon Shack on Artemis. I'm not an expert on Artemis,
Yes, you
but
are.
no, well, I
You've
see
got
many.
some of the best stuff on Clues Forum on the topic.
All
We're
right,
going to look at that. We're going to look, we're going to talk a little about Artemis, but we'll just highlight the whole we'll just highlight the whole oh, don't forget to turn off your phone cuz it makes buzzing. We're going to highlight on the Clues Forum one of the biggest threads, which is Apollo and more space hoaxes. It's got 99
yeah,
topics, 9,727 posts. It's one of the big ones.
it is one of the big ones, and I mean, if you go to the list, you can see many of the main topics have like more than a million or 2 million views. So it's fun. It's
Exactly. So I wanted to get you on.
Clues Forum has never been promoted at all.
No,
Yet,
except by
uh,
me. I
except by
promoted a
you.
bit.
Yep. And but you have to find Clues Forum through hearsay from friends. Clues Forum has never had any kind of promotion, so I'm pretty happy that it's been so much visited through the years.
Yeah, you should be. It's a great site. And everyone should go to cluesforum.info. You see, the problem is these
Mm,
days in 2026, people
yeah,
don't even go to websites anymore. Forget forums, blogs, forums. These are old technologies.
yeah, yeah.
They really are.
Oh yeah,
Unless you're flapping your boobs in a TikTok video, you're not getting views. That's just the way it is.
yeah. Well, hopefully some people who keep their heads thoughtful will find Clues Forum. But yeah, I think we've done some good work over the years because I've seen so many people over the last 10 years understanding what a hoax NASA is, space travel in general, because there's no space travel. There's no space travel at all.
Uh,
But
by the way, just before you go on, I want
yeah,
to ask you something technical. If
yeah.
you, who's your webmaster at Clues Forum right now? Do you have one?
Yeah, that's Timo. Timo in Sweden. He's a professional. He works for with the companies to make their websites, and I'm
Okay,
fortunate. He's
because
my friend, and
I was going to ask him if he wants to send a copy of your database. So if anything ever happens, it's the only thing that's valuable about a forum is the database. I've
yeah,
figured
but
that
I think it's adequately
out. Okay,
s-
backed up.
protected and backed up. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
but
Because
okay.
I have the Fakeologist forums, and the
Yeah,
most everything else. The only thing that matters is the database, and that's easy to share.
of course.
Once someone has the database, then they can recreate the
Mhm.
forum instantly because all the data's in the database. So, but
Yeah.
you're okay because you used to have Sacred Cow Slayer for the longest time, and he just disappeared. And I was just curious who was running things.
Yeah, no, I don't have any co-administrators actually right now. It's practically only me,
Right.
and but I can understand people, getting tired of following Clues Forum. It's just a big archive of all the fakery that's been going on in the world,
Yeah.
and at some time people will tire of it. I think. But it's there. Clues form is there, and I think it has somehow made people think more about how much we have been fooled, in so many ways.
I'm just looking on Spotify now for your if you're on there, and you are on there. The social service is on Spotify.
Ah, yeah.
I don't know if you did that on purpose or they just took it.
I was testing. Yeah, I think I put an album or two on Spotify. Yeah, just to see.
Revelation is on there. Revelations
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and Cosmic Relief. Are,
Oh, yeah. Right.
are those both out in 2024? Or is that just when you uploaded them?
That's when I uploaded them. They were sequential. We've been doing almost an album every year in the last year, so it's
Okay.
like so. But the last one is really good. You must listen to it.
The last
It's
one is Revelation or
no,
Revelations.
the last one is called Impossibility.
Okay, it's not on here yet. It's not
All
on
right,
here. It's on
and
Bandcamp, I think,
it's
right?
on it's on Bandcamp.
Okay, I'm going to promote that. We're not going to play it because we don't have good enough bandwidth. But
All right, that's all right. That's good.
I know you get all janky about that.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
called
I don't.
bandcamp.com? No, that's not the name website. Band.
Bandcamp.
Why
Yes, it's
can't I
Bandcamp.
remember? It is.
Bandcamp, the social service one.
Okay,
If you just dial that in Google,
okay, I'll
you
find it.
come to the page where we have our 10 albums. But anyway, we were going to talk about Artemis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
I'm all over the place. I'm excited to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in half a year, or maybe 2/3
yeah,
of a year. I
yeah.
think I got to get you to come on more often because you're the kind of information I want to promote, even if it's old. Because
Mhm.
so we got to get you on more often. I guess I'm gonna have to get you on a Sunday afternoon, so that's your Sunday evening because you're getting older, and I don't think you want to stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning, right?
Oh well, it's okay. I'm also a night owl,
Oh, are you? Okay, that's good because it's 2 in the
so
morning for everyone there in Rome, which is where you are.
yeah. I mean, but I was at the seaside today with a bunch of friends having a nice barbecue, and it's kind of a long way to drive, but
Mhm.
I got back in time for this podcast. For
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that because nobody really hears from Simon Shack much, and maybe people think you're fake, but you're not. And
yeah,
because you're not
I'm
on
fake.
you're not on the circuits. You're not on the podcast circuits.
I'm the least fake person I know of because
You're real.
I know
Okay,
I'm
what's
real.
the name of the thread?
And
Let's
they've
look
done
here.
so much. Just let me say this: I am
Okay.
the only truther in the world that has invited like dozens of people to my house to meet me in person. That was my one of my first ideas. How can I preserve my credibility if I'm going to just mm, write things on the internet? So I said, let me invite the people that's so I've had so many guests over the years that have been coming here, and I've pampered them, with good food,
Yeah.
and I have
Wine.
a
Vino.
few guest rooms, and it's. I don't think you think that Alex Jones invites people to his house, for instance,
No, I don't think so.
right, or anyone else. So I've done all these efforts to just show that I am a normal guy. I have absolutely no connections to anything, anyone, and people, those who criticize the September clues, and they always do it on they do personal attacks, saying that I'm. Oh yeah, I have these connections with Bin Laden and things. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah, I remember. They were pretty loose connections there.
Anyway, so here we are, and they are now supposedly going around the moon, right?
Yeah, yes.
In this machine. And you know what I did yesterday, just for fun? I was feeling a bit bored, and so on Facebook I did this question. Um, Artemis, it's on Facebook.
Yeah, you're on I'm not on Facebook. I keep getting thrown off, but I'll
Uh,
here's a I don't even know if I can get on it anymore. I don't have a
right,
login, but if
yeah,
you want to tell us or you want to show your screen, you can do that, but I can't see it right now.
it's I just did this very short question. Vote the Artemis mission from 1 to 10.
Mm.
1 is equals totally true, and 10 equals totally fake, right?
Yeah.
That was the question I put on Facebook. And I woke up this morning with like 60 replies. 59 say 10 or plus 10 or to the power of 10 or 20 or 40 or 100. And only one or two, I think two guys, say one says 1.5. So we are coming into an incredible statistic here. I mean, of course, these are the friends that I have on Facebook, so they will, be biased towards this. But um, more importantly, I've been looking at some very recent surveys, polls. There is one made by the Manhattan Institute in 2025 in December last year.
Mhm.
And you know what it says? They
Go ahead.
say, yeah,
Go ahead.
they were doing a big survey, in the GOP, the Republicans in America. So it's like half of America. But so moon landing. Younger men are more likely to hold this view that the moon landing was faked by NASA. 51% of men under 50. And then it goes forward. There are stark racial
Mhm.
divides. While only 31 of white GOP voters believe the conspiracy, the fake moon landing, this rises to 59% among Hispanics and 63 among black Republicans.
The blacks are the most skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but all of them are over 50. So this is where we are at. We have more than 50. Anyone who believes in the moon landings is in the minority now, today.
That's good news.
And that's good news, right? I remember another poll in 2019 or something in England. 73% of young people between 25 and 35 years old thought that the moon landings were fake. So how come we never talk about it? We don't see this. I mean, these are serious polls made by governmental institutions, because the Manhattan Institute is not like some kind of conspiracy place. They did this review, I mean, this poll, and it's more than 50%. More than 50% don't believe in the Apollo. Okay, so we're not talking about the whole. They we're not talking about the whole NASA thing, which I believe is 100% fake from start to finish. But it's encouraging to see that there are more than 50% that don't believe in the Apollo TV show, because it was a TV show, right?
I found it.
Yeah.
I found it. A similarly sized chunk of the current GOP, 36%, believes that the Apollo 11 moon landing was faked by NASA. Again,
Hmm.
younger men are more likely to hold this view.
Hmm.
51% of men under 50
Yeah.
versus 38% of women under 50.
Hmm.
There
Hmm.
are stark racial divides. While only 31% of white GOP voters believe the conspiracy,
Yep.
this rises to 59% among Hispanics and 63 among blacks, just like you said. Well,
Yes.
well quoted.
I have it in front of me. You read it exactly
Oh, you have it there. Okay,
the
good.
same as I'm saying it. So, I mean, imagine 63% of blacks in America or black Republicans don't believe in the moon landings. I mean,
That's good. Right.
it's more than a critical mass, much more than a critical mass. Uh, Still, nothing happens. And but now,
And the
but
Hispanics are really into the Holocaust non-belief. 77%.
77%.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, James, it
It
is
seems like white
interesting.
people are the stupidest amongst all the different ethnicities. Isn't that
it's
sad?
it's a bit sad, yes,
What's
to
wrong with
realize that
Whitey?
the
Come on,
more
Whitey, wake up.
the more educated you are, apparently, or the more gullible you are. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we believe in the system because I guess we have it rigged for us. So we need people to fall for everything.
You know, I'm
Including the money system. We need everyone to buy into it.
I'm Swedish, and Swedes have historically been very, very, very gullible for
Yeah.
other things. That they are known to be gullible. I'm Swedish. I'm half Norwegian and half Swedish, and
Yeah.
both these countries are, the ones that have always believed in their governments because they have been pretty good. Made them uh, make careers and
Yeah.
make money.
Everyone's
So
happy in those countries. They have no reason to doubt the
yeah,
system.
they have no reason to doubt the system,
Yeah.
and they are the ones that take all the vaccines that are proposed, and they've been doing that for years. But the thing is, when these I don't want to talk badly about my Scandinavian kins.
You're mostly Italian anyway. You're
I'm
Italian.
I'm
You're
almost
Italian. Come on.
yeah. I've become more Italian, over the years.
How are the
But
Italians? Do they buy into it or are they more skeptical?
they are incredibly skeptical of NASA now. But in the last 10 years, I think, and I have many, many friends from Italy who actually even make the effort to go to Clues Forum and say that, yeah, well, you woke me up.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
yeah,
Simon is waking up Rome and all of Italy. One single-handed website, one single-handed Facebook page. You're doing it. Oh,
yeah.
unbelievable.
Actually, I'm a little bit more famous or known
Yeah.
in Sweden, because in Sweden, I have my friends Patrick and Martin. They have
Yeah.
this podcast which
Yes.
has
Qui bono.
Cui Bono, which has a large following now,
Oh,
and
great.
yeah, it's kind of grown, and so I have so many requests from Swedes to friendship requests on Facebook. It's looking like in Sweden, and every time I've gone to Sweden to now in the last few years to present my tychus research, we fill the rooms. I mean, and there is a following in Sweden. It's amazing. I've been living outside of Sweden all of my life, but now going back there, it's like wow, that's where people are following my stuff, and yeah, it's satisfying.
I don't have their contact anymore. I'm gonna have to get that from you. I can't find it. Qui bono. I got to get them back on my show. I'd like to talk to them as well. See how they're.
Yeah, you should. They are really very good guys, and I'm so lucky to have met them.
Yes, they came. Patrick was on Cruise Forum, I believe. I believe you found him through Cruise Forum.
No, well, it happened like this. Martin invited me once years ago to present September Clues in
That's
Sweden.
right. That's right.
And that's where I met Patrick. And it just happened that I was starting to do my Tigers research, and so I gave it to him to read, and he was very skeptical. He said, "No, Simon, I believe your September clues, but not that the solar system is wrong." And we were still laughing about it because then he took it in his hands and made this Tychosum simulator that is amazing now. Ab, you must get interested in this, Ab. I know that you haven't been interested in the Tigers, but
Mhm.
the accuracy and the mysteries it solves are so many now, and you just can't look away from it.
Well, we'll talk. Yeah, let's talk about that too. But the reason why I was thinking about you specifically, because one of your most central theses to NASA fakery vis-a-vis flat Earth propaganda is you're the main person that said it is a discredit by association podcast
I said it
idea.
very early on.
Early. Yeah,
I,
you did. You
I
were the
was, I think I was the first one who said that. It's a DBA operation, discredited by association. Very smart move by NASA, because I think it's NASA is behind flat Earth, the flat Earth revival, because they want people who doubt space travel to be seen as flat earthers. Because if a normal guy on the street says, "Hey, who are the guys who say that NASA doesn't go to the to space?" It's the flat earthers. So I can dismiss it right away. It's a very clever psychological
and
psyop.
and, and
psyop.
the reason that was reinforced in my mind is because I was watching a podcast that YouTube served to me. YouTube serves a lot of content, so I
Yeah.
click on it, and they were discussing Artemis, which is what we're going to talk about a little more tonight.
Mm.
And every other sentence that came out of Mark Sargent's mouth was, "Well, the globe, the global, the globe tards or the globe believers, they think that it's real." Where it's the flat earther, like he inserted the idea of flat earth with the disbelievers into every single sentence in a
Uh,
way that made
uh,
no
uh.
sense.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I kept hearing that, and I thought, man, you're really falling all over yourself to make it clear that those that believe in NASA
Yeah.
believe in the globe, and those that don't believe in flat Earth. Then these topics aren't even related in my mind at all.
Mm.
They're not related whatsoever. But they were putting it in every single sentence. So I put that up on the screen. NASA's flat Earth DBA strategy. You wrote this on July 13th, 2015,
Yeah.
which is when the flat Earth, the thing started surging on YouTube.
Oh yeah. It came very suddenly, and suddenly we had lots of videos on YouTube of young guys, apparently, just normal people, saying that Earth is flat. But they were very slick videos, all of them. They were made by NASA, in my mind.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right because NASA is a giant Hollywood studio. That's what they do. It is a Hollywood studio.
Hmm.
That's what they're doing down there. They have a big massive swimming pool that they do a lot of the probably the filming in, although maybe a lot of it is now in high tech CGI or AI reality with the LED OLED screens, super clear screens. So the NASA, so
Let
the
me just let me just remind everyone. Sorry, I've said this many times before, but it bears repeating. Do people know how many people know that the first administrator of NASA, a guy called T. Keith Glennon, you know where he came from? He came from the Paramount Studios and the Samuel Goldwyn Studios, which is Goldwyn Mayer now. He came from the two biggest Hollywood studios. That was his, his curriculum. He had been working as a studio director for Hollywood, and he
Yeah.
became the first administrator of NASA in 1958. And why would they choose a guy to lead the big scientific uh, enterprise
Yeah. From
uh,
Hollywood.
from Hollywood? Well, now we understand why, right? It's
Because it's
clear.
one big Hollywood production. Period.
That's what it's been from day one, but day one was not. I mean, America didn't go to space first. It was Sputnik. The Russians went to said they had put the first satellite in there. Please remember that it was the Russians who started this space race.
Right. And America had to meet it head on.
And they say that it was a surprise, but there is a fantastic video you really need to watch. It's by True Stream Media, which, I mean, you got to watch that video. It's 28 minutes.
What's that?
And
Okay. What's that about? True
called,
Stream Media.
it's called Did the Space Age Begin on a Lie?
Okay, we're gonna
True
find that
Stream
one.
Media on YouTube. I want everyone to watch this excellent video made. It's a couple, American, very smart American couple who are very good at digging in the history and stuff. And they have done this video, which is one of the best I've seen.
I got it right here. It's got
It's all about the Sputnik and how America knew about the Sputnik. It was well, in the beginning.
you see that?
I look up at the night sky probably every single night, and I wonder.
Yeah, I like them. She used to work for Alex Jones, by the way, but she has her own.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
she was. Yeah, she did.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
she was. But that doesn't mean that she couldn't have smartened up.
Yeah, no. Sure. No, but I really like her. I mean, she's so,
I like her. I love her voice.
so
Actually,
sharp and
oh, she's super smart. She
she's
never does
very.
interviews. I should get her on. But yeah, I know. I've watched this. This is from.
Oh, have you tried to get
No,
her?
I honestly haven't tried, but I've never seen her on any podcast before, just her own. So
Mm.
I could get her on. I guess I could try.
But I don't care if she's. I mean, she's just she says things that are so good and true. So whatever she is, I mean, I'm sure. I feel she must be sincere and just I can see her as any kind of control the position. You know what I'm talking about. We have
Yeah.
always bumped into those people who pretend to give you the truth, but then they give half truths. No, I think she's called Mel. I think.
Yeah, Mel and her husband. I
Yeah.
haven't watched any of their stuff in a long time, but I
But,
do like her stuff.
Yeah, I've seen other videos of them as well. Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. They're very good.
Yeah, just making videos is a very hard job, as you know. So
Mhm.
anyone that can, my hat goes off to any content creator that does good stuff. I'll see if I put that on FAKotube. FAKotube is my own platform. Very expensive to run, but and YouTube has definitely calmed down over the years. So I think September Clues could probably survive on YouTube now. They don't seem to be bothering anybody anymore.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably on. Well, that's
I
just a
tried to
thought.
re-upload it, but I remember
Did you?
I will try to re-upload it, but last time I did so, they were threatening me to close me out of YouTube forever.
No, it's here. It's on YouTube now. This guy uploaded it a year ago. Right here.
Yeah, I've seen one. Yeah, but you know what happened? It was in 2018 in March. In just a few days, I saw all of the 12 versions in 12 languages disappearing. With the
Yeah,
same with the same message. This video is against our community standards for hate
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah.
Hate speech. Hate speech? Well, what do you mean hate speech? I'm only doing an analysis of pictures. There's no politics in my September Clues. But it
Yeah.
was hate speech.
Yeah. But the people that rule over you hate the truth that blows the cover of their
Yeah, that's what hate speech is for them. Yeah.
Okay, let's go over if we can, because I don't want to keep you up all night. I usually only do an hour on the weeknights because
It's okay.
I'm tired myself. I'm tired myself on the weekdays, so I'll give it. We'll just do about an hour if that's okay. I don't want to keep you up all night. So let's just talk a little more about Artemis. Why do you think now all of a sudden we're doing this moon thing? Is what do you think is going on? Do you think the technology to fool people is any better? Or what do you think is happening? Really?
No, paradoxically, now that they have such fantastic techniques to make imagery, whereas before it was very blurry images in black and white, but it becomes more obvious now how fake it is, and but you got to have a balanced head to see that. Many people just watch TV and say, "Yeah, they must be in that cabin going up to the moon." But why would they put 4 people in a rocket to just do a sightseeing tour around the moon? What's the point? I mean, now we are in 2026. Everything could be done with automatic machines, to gather any information. No, they have to put 4 human beings in a rocket that goes around the moon. I mean, only that has to make people
Scratch their heads, wonder why
Yeah.
risk lives if it really was possible to do what they say. Why would you risk people's lives for something that a robot could do easily? Take the
What do you
picture.
think they could do inside their cabin? What is the plus value of having 4 persons in this box rotate going around the moon? Well, maybe they could look out of the windows and see
Oh,
the moon very close up.
they're researching space toilets. Hey, do you want to take a call from one of our listeners?
All right.
All right, let's take a call. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Hold time 15 seconds.
Caller, where are you calling from? What's your name?
My name is John the Beggar, and I'm calling from the South Shore of the St. Lawrence Seaway.
Hi, John. Say hi to Simon Shack from Rome, Italy.
Oh, hi, Simon from Rome.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
That's good. That's real good. I think they're doing all these things right now because Trump's got a kind of a 3-ring circus going, much like 3-card Monte. And he's putting everyone off in this way and that way, and no one can do, because he's acting like a lunatic too. We had senile old Uncle Joe. Now we got crazy Uncle Donald, and now we got people going to the moon. A bunch of older people this time going to the moon.
Yeah.
And it's the first time it's a co-ed mission. And I believe all of them look like they're Jewish too.
No, well,
So,
Okay.
I mean, it's just a real thing. I think it's just a game, and I think they'll bring something else out. So there'll be 3-card Monte, 3 rings, and they'll try to distract you with everything else. And that's all I think they're really doing, because I don't think anything's going on of any consequence in the Middle East or anywhere else. Just oil.
Mhm.
The oil crisis has always been a scam. I wonder what Simon Shack thinks of that.
No, I don't believe in wars.
No, but I mean, don't you think that the oil crisis that's
Yeah, it's
too?
manufacturers, of course. I mean, there is
Free Kissinger.
oil is the second most common liquid after water. There is so much oil on this earth that there should be no crisis ever.
We're swimming
Yeah.
in oil. Oil's everywhere.
In fact, I even think that Fakeologist is right about that when he says that the nuclear power plants are more like power dumps, because I think that they make power so cheap, and they have to, try to say, oh, we got to put money into this and that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you think about nuclear power plants, one thing is for sure: they are extremely expensive.
Oh yeah.
And every single plant that has been built in France and Italy, and the prices have soared, from the initial estimate of what it would cost, and it soared. So every single power plant has been like 3 or 4 times more expensive than calculated at the beginning.
Same
So
here.
it's obviously a money machine. First of
Yeah.
all.
Definitely.
Okay, it's a money machine. It's a big scam with corrupt people. So whatever you think about nuclear, if you think nuclear power exists, if you think that nuclear bombs exist, it doesn't change a thing. We can see that it is a big monkey business money scheme.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think they produce radiation. How they do that, I don't know, but I think there's some radioactivity around the place, and I think they're a colossal white elephant in expenditures. It's just insane.
Insane expenditures for these plants that some of them are apparently giving some very small amounts of power. I mean, in Sweden we have a few, but they had to close down all the water plants, which worked very well in Sweden. We were kind of almost self-sufficient before the nuclear power idea came into Sweden.
You had hydro plants that you closed down?
Oh, hundreds of them, I think.
Wow.
Patrick knows more about that, but Patrick is my closest collaborator. They put down so many very efficient hydro plants in Sweden for no reason at all. For no reason at all.
It's dams, isn't it? What you're talking about?
Dams, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, they want the fish to swim up properly.
Oh yeah, they save the fish. Yeah, you have to get rid of the dams.
Yeah. It's all about the fish,
Yeah.
ecological reasons. But they invented very early on a way of also saving the fish, and I walked with Patrick around the power one of these dams, and we just happened to bump into a Swedish television crew who were doing a documentary about this, and we talked with the guys filming, and they were all saying, yeah, of course, yeah, now we don't need these things anymore, hydro plants, we have nuclear power.
Wow.
So
I'd rather have a hydro.
yeah, of course. I mean, hydropower is the best thing, and it's a shame. You know what they've also passed in Sweden? A law that prohibits you from building a fireplace
Oh
Wow.
my
to
God.
burn wood in your house.
No wood.
Can you believe that?
Yes. No self-sufficiency. That's the whole point.
If you are building a new house, you can't have a wooden fireplace, a normal one. You need to, have working on gas or whatever. But you can't have a normal classic fireplace.
That's something they can control.
It's
They don't
complete
want-
madness. We are, in Sweden. I can't imagine people that not doing a revolution against that, because most people have lots of wood, easily available, and at
It's
cheap
a big
price.
forestry country, isn't it?
Sorry?
Sweden.
A lot of forestry.
products.
We have to get Simon on the podcast Sanity for Sweden. Sanity for Sweden. That's a good podcaster. I think Simon would like him. Yeah, he's on Rumble and YouTube. I like the guy. He doesn't like me because I made some funny comment, but he was on my show a couple times. I'll put a link to that.
Nice.
He's a very. I'll show the guy. You would like the guy. He does a podcast every single day.
Uh-huh.
He just sits there and talks. Looks like he's. So here he is here. Sanity for Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a lot of political talk, but you might like him. And the only reason I bring him up is because you can see behind him there is a big bank of wood. So he has a wood stove, and he chops wood for heat for his place. So so he's exactly what you say they're not allowed to do. I guess he is maybe he's he grandfathered in. Yeah, he can still. He can still do it. He is a grandfather. He's a very nice guy. You might like to talk to him, Simon. I don't know if he wants to talk about psychos, but it would be a good connection.
Yeah.
So you have to reach out to him, I guess. Anything else, John, before I let you go? I want to talk a few more words about Artemis with Simon before the hour's up.
Okay. Is Frank coming on this week or taking the week off?
No, he's busy. He's busy this week. So
he's busy. Okay.
Yeah, he's off today.
Nice meeting you, Simon.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, John.
Okay.
John, if you're ever in Rome, Simon will receive you at his luxurious
just just ping me.
Call ahead. Don't just drop in.
Okay.
Good night, guys.
Thanks, John. John's in the Detroit area, which is across
the
river from Canada, where I live.
Yes.
We just built a $6 billion bridge to connect to Detroit, but it's not open yet because the guy down the river has a private bridge, and he doesn't like the public bridge we just built, so it's not open yet. Yeah, it's a whole story.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a big story. He called Trump and said, "Don't let them open the bridge."
No,
we paid for everything, both sides. But out of our taxes in Canada, but we gave it to the Americans because we really wanted to do trade with Americans. At least that was last year. Now, of course, we want to be Europeans again. Canada's a really schizophrenic country. Let me tell you.
Schizophrenic.
Well, we love Americans, but we think we're Europeans, basically. So. Okay, let's go back to the thread. I want to get this in before we leave. So you started the thread tomorrow, April 1st, celebrating the Fool's Day with yet another moon mission.
Yes.
So that was a few days ago, 5 days ago.
Well, I haven't done lots of work on this Artemis thing. You know, I'm kind of jaded now.
Yeah.
But so I do very short posts these days about this.
And then you did something about 9/11. They incorporated the numerology. I'm with you on numerology. I'm not big on it, but it's obvious.
The Artemis is supposed to be 322 feet, which is a nice solid number. And have 33 engines as well. 33.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, Simon, we got another call.
Hold
you
time.
got
19
fans.
seconds.
Caller in, where are you calling from, and what's your name?
My name's Cam from Puget Sound.
Cam from Puget Sound. Have you ever heard of Simon Shack, the most famous 9/11?
I sure have.
And
I watched it, that documentary a few times. I am really glad. In fact, I hope you can get him on more. Schedule him in. He's fascinating.
Nice.
But, you're on the topic of this stupid Artemis. I have to tell you a few things. I've been one thing on YouTube. You can scroll up and down, and you have these live feeds.
Yes.
And all the live feeds, they either got the four clowns bouncing around. Well, they're not even bouncing around. The main thing they got is a toy that's spinning around, and then they got cords.
Yeah. They promoted the toilet leak. There always leaks in this rocket.
The stupidest thing is you're in this confined, pressurized unit, allegedly, and they got this woman with her hair is about 2 feet long, and that's one of their main special effects. I don't know if it's augmented AI or what, but that's one of the main things. Oh, look at her hair. Her hair is floating all over the place. Why would you have that woman should have shaved her head if she's going on this mission?
Well,
And
yes.
not to mention, that's one of the main things I think that they try to get you hooked on is like, oh, they have to be in space. Look at her hair, you know? And which I think if it's not, all of them are just an AI representation of people in the studio. But they always got to be flipping the microphone around, or I was waiting and waiting. When are they going to do the water trick? I swear, within 20 minutes, somebody called in and says, "Why does water form a sphere
bubble, yeah,
when it's in space?"
Right.
It's like, well, look here, you know, and the guy's squirting water out of the bottle.
But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Everything.
The water droplets go flying all over the place in the capsule. It's like, oh, don't worry about the electronics. That's no big deal, you know. And the toilet, you know, you gotta have the potty jokes and the whole crap.
Oh, they love that stuff.
You know, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'll get off quick, but I just wanted to bring up a few topics. I'll listen. But one of the other dumb things I saw, you know, that they have to keep up the 4 to 5 second delay, you know.
Yeah.
And so, because it takes that long for the transmission to get back to Earth, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm and then a question and answer from a bunch of other clowns that are playing the game. And one guy said, well, hello to the whole crew. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. And the Canadian dude, within a microsecond, starts waving to the camera. And it's like, what happened to the 4 second delay? You only have to wait 4 seconds before you wave? You know? So, and then the moon. They show the moon now. They show the close-up of the moon, which is a worse picture than a P1000 camera from Earth.
Right,
It looked, and no stars, of course. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. I can't believe that's another thing. On these YouTube videos, you can go in the group chat, you know, or you can, leave a comment on some of the other dumb videos that people have posted up. And you wouldn't believe, I put in, oh man, this is so fake. I mean, AI, fakery, data, and you get attacked like no tomorrow. You know, I had like 20 different people attack me for one comment. And then,
but don't worry about that to be attacked. You know,
yeah, so you go in and you hit that
organic.
It will happen. You tap on the person that's commenting, and you look at their channel, and it's like 23 subscribers, 0 content. You know, so all these subscribers for 0 content.
Oh, that has happened to me so many times, man.
Yeah.
Over the years,
I swear, probably about 19 out of 20 comments are 0 content. Like, you know.
So
the trolls we've had on Clues Forum over the years have always have, you know, if you go and see who is this guy, they're not. They're obviously fake accounts, and the only. It's funny, you know, the only attacks I've seen over the years are from these trolls, and very hard to find a real person that I can contact and talk to. That is against my research. So I feel kind of, you know.
Well, I wonder if they have these videos out and they have 50 people standing by to make these stupid comments on random named accounts. You know, so many of them are there's like can't have 23 subscribers, 0 content. What are they subscribing to? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Empty account.
completely empty accounts.
Anyway, I'll get off quick, Simon. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope that Tim can schedule more often. We've waited a long time for you.
Yeah, I'll get Simon back on. It's up to him. He's always welcome. He has a permanent show if he wants to come back at any time. He just has to say, I want to come back on, and we can talk about whatever he wants.
In fact, I took the day off today and I listened to your audio chat for the 8 hours today.
Well, it's not.
You were on there for well, it was on the 28th, I think.
Yeah, that was one I was on a long time. I'm not normally not on that long, but I was on a little longer then because sometimes
8
it's
hours. Really?
Well, what it is.
Yeah, well, I'm doing work around my house, and like that one gal said, I can plant potatoes and still listen to you.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not intense.
It's on your phone.
What it is
you don't have to be sitting glued to a computer to listen.
No, it's a party line where fakeologists, and sometimes they even talk about fakeology, but most of the time it's way off topic. But sometimes,
and then at the very end, Misha, Mamisa or whatever came on.
Mism.
I like Mism.
The Greek
I like
woman from Iceland.
Yeah, that's her.
In fact, she came on many times during the hour break or whatever, or a couple of times at least, saying, "Please come back, Ab. Please come back. I'm so sorry." I don't know if you heard her say that.
No, I wasn't. I'm busy on those days, so I come when I can. I come on when I can, but it's an audio drop in. It's not really a show. It's just people. It's a party line that I record and broadcast.
That was my first time. I've never really.
Oh, you haven't heard of it? Yeah, we've got almost 1,700 of those.
Yeah,
I know, Simon. Simon doesn't even. We've been doing it for 10 years, and it's hold on, I got
Linda and what was the other guy that you kept arguing with? The German guy. That was funny.
Oh yeah, he's a young guy. All right, thank you so much for calling, Cam.
Great show.
Oh,
okay,
thanks.
man. See ya. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
We got another caller in. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Brian in Washington.
Brian in Washington. Say hello to Simon Shack in Rome.
Simon, I'd like to encourage you to return at some point. I'll try and be brief. The Phoenicians, who knew how to sail and navigate the waters, they tried to encourage that if you left the Strait of Gibraltar from the Mediterranean Sea, you would fall off the edge of the flat Earth. So I'm insisting, just like Jim Lee, climate viewer in South Carolina, flat Earth is full retard. And if you want to argue it, go ahead. I liked, you dabbled in the subject a little bit. I'm just saying that the world is being perpetrated on by our opponent, and the pick a side either side. So how about flat Earth or no-till or viruses and contagion? Carnivore, or are you a vegan? These are all examples that I would love to have you return to the show, because there is a whole lot of people, especially in the chat room here, that would love to explore this. I said I'd be brief. You have a few comments.
About me? About what I eat? I eat everything. I eat absolutely everything. I think variety is good for me. I eat everything. So that's my diet.
Your ancestors,
advice. Just eat absolutely everything.
Your ancestors were not picking little bits of grain which really didn't exist. The genetic variations have been created. So your ancestors didn't pick little pieces of grain off a plant and go
No.
home and make tortillas. They knew what a spear was, and they're friggin' carnivores. Why else would all the bones be piled up? So it's hard to say we should all be going vegan.
No, yeah, no. The vegan drive has been excessive. It's very bad to just eat grass and green things because they're full of slight toxic things.
Toxins,
So,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
whatever they have their own toxins, and what they have man-made toxins put on them as well. So, I'm with
But
Simon. I'm an omnivore as well.
But I'm an omnivore, right? So okay,
Yeah.
I'm just like Ab.
Yeah.
Why we are supposed to be omnivores? I mean, I think we have discovered this a long time ago. We are omnivores. We can eat. Like if you give a dog spinach, it won't eat it. I don't think so. I mean, I've had dogs all of my life, and if
All
I
right.
give them
We have-
any green things, they will just leave it. They will throw it out from the bowl,
we have
and they will eat the meat. And they
we
are
have
not so different from
they-
us, the dogs.
We have chickens. They are omnivores. They love something besides the chicken scratch food we purchase for them. A lot of people that have chickens don't even have a compost pile. They simply put it all in there. So, yeah, chickens are true omnivores, and they will eat meat.
Okay, we're getting off topic. We should be talking about Artemis, not chicken feed. So we got to get back,
Okay.
Brian. But
Okay.
I just
Can
want.
Can I ask Tim whether you looked at the Steve Faulkner and Drew TV?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, well,
I'm-
Steve is mentioning Switzerland, and I know Simon is of Swiss heritage.
No, he's not Swiss.
No.
No, not
I'm
Simon.
Swedish.
Sweden and Switzerland just begin with the letter S. It's not the same country.
Yeah.
I messed it up.
From Sweden and Norway. My father
He's
was
Sweden,
Norwegian,
Norway.
and my mother was Swedish.
Yeah,
And now
Simon's very international though. He speaks a million languages, and he's been he's got a piece of every
I
country.
speak 6.
Only 6. Yeah, okay. I don't
All right,
even.
I'm going to get off.
Thank you, Brian. That's Bio
Thank
Chair
you.
Brian. Thank you. There he goes. For Simon, I got regular callers, so Brian is a regular caller here on the Fakeologist Show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get back to a few posts here. Now you see me streaming. This is the live stream from NASA. There's 314,000 people watching this right now. 300.
Wow. Oh, you're streaming the. Okay. Right.
Yeah. So here, at least they admitted. They said in the top corner it said visualization. So in other words, you can't see it, so they have to visualize it with this graphic.
Right.
And I guess this is mission control here. Everyone's busy watching OnlyFans on the monitors.
Hilarious.
So this is the new, I guess, Houston control, and so it's very busy here. 1 million comments flying by. So the YouTube channel here. Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about here. So we're doing 9/11. So you're finding all kinds of numerology mixed up with this mission as well.
I was just a short post.
You were using Perplexity, which I use as well. And then we watched the launch. Simon, did you watch the launch? Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I watched it. I watched it live. Yeah.
Now, what do you think is happening at the launch? What are we watching? Because you've broken that down before as well in the past.
The launch, well, it was just you see the rocket going up.
But what is going up? Do you think it's a big balloon with pyrotechnics? What's your take on that?
I think the most reasonable explanation, if if there are really like thousands of people in Cape Canaveral looking at it, they must have something
Yes.
going up, right? So
Yes.
this something is you brought up this. I don't know. Some guy made this funny rockets, which looks like it's like a balloon.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
but don't laugh too quickly, because they have always told us that they fill these things with hydrogen and helium. Well,
Yes.
hydrogen and helium make things go up in the air. No, that's
Yes.
what you put in a balloon. So my question for many years has been, why do only these NASA rockets rise so slowly? Because they rise extremely slowly. Like if you have a missile, like a tomahawk missile that you throw on your enemy, it will start like boom, like a rocket. But
Yes.
these rockets with people inside them, they have to start slowly, because otherwise you die by the G forces, right? So
Yes.
they probably come up with the idea that let's make these big rockets of ours start slowly. How can we do that in reality? Well, we fill them with helium and hydrogen, and we put a little, some flame underneath, some rocket that helps it go up, but maybe not so strong. So that's why they go so slowly when they start, and then they go up, and then as many people now understand, they're not going anywhere. They fall down in the ocean or something.
Well, they go up, then they go horizontal, and then they come back down. And when they go horizontal,
I mean,
that's when they separate. That's
yeah,
when the
they go
rocket booster
horizontal after a couple of minutes. I mean, in 2 minutes,
That's right.
it always the same. They always show us this thing. So
And
and
then I
then
think the
when
most
they start going down, they cut the image, and they
yeah,
show the the
animation.
animation, and they say, well, this is animation. Okay, so we have to accept that. Yeah, that's because the rocket is so far up now that we can't follow it with the camera. So now we have the animation, and then from there on, they just go with animations. Digital fakery, fakery, you could
And
say.
I think the most plausible story about the Bermuda Triangle, which is not a story anymore. I remember it was a story in
Mm,
the 70s. They always would create these stories
yeah.
around the Bermuda Triangle. But now
Oh yes.
you never hear about it, but presumably
Yeah.
that is where most of the space fakery props land in the ocean. They just come plopping down there.
Yeah, well, maybe when in another life I'll become a diver and go on diving in the Bermuda Triangle to find those pieces.
Right, yeah.
There must be many of them. Yeah, no. Jokes aside, I think it's very important now to understand that um, uh, rocketry has been a big business. That's all it's been, and they started, as I said, it was the Russians that started the idea that we could go up and put a satellite that goes around for free without any propulsion system, just a big ball, with antennas.
Mhm.
That Sputnik was supposed to be a ball, which went around day after day after day and terrorized the American people. And it was
Simon,
it was
what was happening in this animation? What is this stupid thing, this ball?
Look, this was see below. See below. I've retracted this.
Oh, okay.
I found this. Yeah, I found this clip on somewhere, and I jumped on it. But then I found the original clip that NASA's done, and you don't see those letters through this ball. But they keep using this ball all the time. this white and blue ball, they keep playing with it. They have chosen that ball to be, the usual thing to show that they are in microgravity, and it's
Right.
so
It's a prop.
it's so,
It's a prop. Watch.
it's so
So they want
silly.
you. So they, like the magician, always wants your eyes to focus on the trick.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, other things are
exactly.
going on in the background that you should not look at.
It's so silly. It's very silly.
So really, they've upgraded none of the technology to make it more believable. The hairspray,
No, no.
a few things that don't float properly, that kind of thing. It's the same old, same old.
Yeah. I mean, it's so lame. We always see. Okay, so we have these four humans in this little cramped space. What are they supposed to do? Why are they inside this thing, and why have they launched them? Because we
Well,
were talking about this in the beginning.
You think they should practice reproduction up there? They got a female and extremely cramped. It's the size of a
sometimes I like to be, to make some
cheeky.
humor about it. Yeah, because you have this little ball, you have the thing rising in the air.
Right,
So it's
the little string. Yeah.
maybe it shows that we can have faster erections in space, and make more kids.
There you go. I guess they're all going to fight over her, though, unless they're not that way. And then you put a song here by King Crimson. I don't know if I know this song.
No, it's because it's called Moonchild, Moonchild.
Oh, right.
So it was a bit of a joke.
Sycamore says ZGI is the name of the toy ball. ZGI, is that true? Is that really what the name of that toy ball is? ZGI? If so, that would be funny if that's the name of it. Is that
okay.
a tribute to CGI?
I don't know. But anyway, I told you about what I did yesterday, right? On Facebook. Everyone, 99 of my
Yeah, you did a survey.
67 responses were saying 10. It's completely fake. So that makes me happy. I know these are my, the little clique of people that follow me, maybe. So it's a very, very biased sample, but it's like 99%. And that would not have been the case 10 years ago. I'll tell you.
So you're hopeful. You're very hopeful. Okay, the name of that ball is called Rise, RISE. It's a custom plush zero gravity indicator designed by 8-year-old Lucas Yee. So little boy, this is the mascot of the mission. So here we go with the trying to make it more. They're trying to again bring the children into the story. So that's the whole idea. I mean, the noble lie of NASA, and they often, if you listen to them ever do an interview, their mission is always to get young people involved in STEM or science, technology, something in math. That is the goal. And that is the noble lie. So that's why they do it. So they're always saying, listen, even if we don't make it, or we still have all these spin-offs, or we're getting people involved in science and technology. And if you ever hear them talk, they don't ever talk about the mission because there's nothing to talk about because they don't go anywhere. But they do say that the ideas behind it are what they're trying to get young people to engage in. So that's how they lie to themselves. So they think it's okay to lie as long as it has this noble mission. I think that's how they justify it to themselves.
Yes.
So if you think that lying is okay to children, as long as it's for a good cause, then I guess you're okay with it. Really.
Yeah.
You're okay with the idea, the concept.
Now that you talk about children, you remind me of a few years ago when here in my village,
Mhm.
Paolo Nespoli, an Italian astronaut, came here.
Yes.
And I saw the announcement one day that Paolo Nespoli is coming to Frascati, where I live, a little village I live. So I woke up early in the morning and went there. It was in the hall of the city hall, right?
Okay.
And I finally found the room where he was in. Opened the door, and there he was talking to a bunch of 12-year-olds. All of them was like a school reunion, 12-year-olds, and he was talking about how they would go and poo and pee in
Oh my
the
God.
space
Yeah.
station. Yeah, and the kids were laughing, and the guy was very good, like a very good actor and
Yeah.
like a comedian. And that was my first, meeting with an astronaut, which is famous in Italy. I don't think you know Paolo Nespoli, but he's kind of famous in
No.
Italy, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And so, yeah.
Every country usually has their own representative. We had a Canadian named Chris Hatfield, and they named a little airport after him in the little town in Ontario where my one side of my family lived, because he lived right near where they were, and he was the guy that played the guitar. That's what he was famous for. Playing guitar, space musician, etc., etc. So, in other words, just another sad propaganda tool. But they idolize these people. They name schools after them. They name small airports after them. That's just to promote them. But they don't talk about anything that's of any substance. But the children love poo and pee pee. I mean, that's, if you want to talk
They
to little
love it.
children,
They love
they
it.
love that.
And
That's
yeah,
always a good joke.
absolutely.
So they
It's the
know how to
first-
market themselves. They know how to sell themselves to their audience. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's
there was a Swedish astronaut who they had to just push him aside because he was saying so many strange things. And he was probably a completely drug addict or alcoholic.
Oh,
And so they
okay.
had to put him away. And he was called Fuglesang, a bird, a bird song. It was his
Really?
name. Bird song, yeah. Fuglesang. And no one has heard from him anymore, but he was supposed to be on the space station as well.
You gotta wonder if lying is really hard for them. In the end, it eats you up. Would you not say? If you're a lifetime liar, wouldn't it eat you alive? Knowing you're a big liar world.
I mean, we have seen what has happened to. Okay, so the guy who has had the most staying power is Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah,
he's
Buzz Aldrin. Yeah,
and jokes about it, and I'm sure he's on many medications not to explode.
Yes.
And so the poor Armstrong was always a recluse. They didn't want to talk to. That's what they say. They didn't want to talk to the media. But then he came out in a university and said those famous words. You remember what he said?
Absolutely. I put that on FAK1244.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite clips of Neil Armstrong. I'll just play it real quick if I can, and then we should probably take off.
Basically, there are things that are hidden that future researchers will uncover. Basically.
52 seconds. Let me just see if I can play that here.
Apollo 11 astronauts also resigned shortly after their return. On the 25th anniversary of the event in 1994, Neil Armstrong made a rare public appearance and held back tears as he spoke these brief cryptic remarks before the next generation of taxpayers as they toured the White House.
Yeah.
Today we have with us a group of students among America's best. To you we say, we have only completed a beginning. We leave you much that is undone. There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
One of truth's protective layers.
Yeah.
Those who can remove one of the truth's protective layers will go forward. I mean, how can you interpret this other than that he was actually saying it's coming out, you know? He was saying, one day you will realize, guys, that this is has been a hoax all along. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been going about an hour.
Yeah.
If you want to come back, I can come on a Sunday afternoon if that's better for you, and then that would be a Sunday evening for you. 6 hours difference. If you want to come, just shoot the breeze, talk about this and that. We always talk for hours on these shows, and everyone likes having you on. So if you're willing or interested, I can have you on a little more. Talk about your music. Tychos.info, which is, of course, your groundbreaking solar system research. Or sorry, Tychos.space. This is your main focus, I would say,
is
of
my
the
main
last
focus
10 years.
right now, because it's huge. It's really something that's is being confirmed step by step, and we are living in a binary system. I mean, all of the stars around us are binary. Why shouldn't we be a binary system? The binary system is made out of the sun and Mars. They
that's why I
revolve
wanted.
around each other.
That's what I was going to mention, because on the live feed with Artemis, they were talking about Mars. Mars was right at this part here. It said, look at the red. It's Mars. See right here? They said this red right here, which is hard to see, is Mars. So Mars is a big topic with NASA all the time, isn't it? They're always talking about Mars.
Right? It's amazing. I mean, and they want to go and colonize Mars. And it's a very special object that Kepler only studied Mars. Do you know that? All he ever did was to study Mars. That was the problem. Mars was the problem. To try to understand how the configuration of our solar system was made, and he spent like 8 years trying to understand Mars, and he had to come up with some crazy ideas that it was going around in elliptical orbits, not circular anymore.
Right.
For thousands of years, everyone was agreeing that all the planets were moving at constant speeds and circular orbits. But that didn't work when the Copernican system came up. It would not work. So Kepler had to invent elliptical orbits, egg-shaped orbits, and variable speeds. That the planets slow down and speed up regularly all the time. Why would they do that? It's stupid to think so. Why would they slow down and speed up their orbital speeds? In the Tychosium, they go at the same speed all the time in circular orbits, and it matches perfectly with observations. So
So here's your latest album, Impossibility, and the number one track is called Star Mars.
Yeah, Star Mars.
Is that what it's talking about? Basically, what you
Yeah,
just said?
it's about Star Mars. Mars is probably, we could very well call it a brown dwarf. It's a an all star. It's kind of extinguished. It's a red. It's the only red object we have in our skies.
Right.
So, and all brown dwarfs and red dwarfs, which are the absolute majority in all of the universe, most stars are brown or red dwarfs, and Mars is just one of them. And it is the companion of the sun. So Star Mars in this song is, for anyone who understands the meaning of this song, well, it will be clear, I think.
We're going to play it. Now, quickly, before I go, this is the Fakeologist live stream YouTube channel that we're on right now. As you can see, we have 999 subscribers. And apparently, if I get to 1,000, I can actually add some extra like and thank buttons.
Amazing.
I've never hit 1,000 ever, and I've been on YouTube for 12 years or however long I've been doing this. I've never hit, because I've never told people to click subscribe, because if I hit 1,000, Simon, I think that I can have a little monetization. I'm not positive, but it told me you need at least 1,000. So one more person that's watching. We got 61 people on YouTube watching right now live. So if you could all hit subscribe and like, and then I'll see what I can do, because a lot of people don't like to send Bitcoin or any of the other payment methods to support the show. But it's quite easy on YouTube, because most people have their YouTube account information already there.
Okay.
So even though YouTube takes 30%, it might still be better than nothing. So so if you guys could send me over 1,000, let me just refresh the page and see if we hit over 1,000. No, still at 999. So if you want to help out. Now, Simon, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
How many you got? How many subscribers you got?
I
you
don't
got
know.
over 1,000. Okay, you have over 1,000. So maybe you better figure out how to put a join button and a thanks button. So you could probably monetize your channel, no?
Huh? I opened a channel, official channel. You realize that, right? They banned my original channel.
No, I know that. You told me, but you have a channel now, Simon Shack 1. So you should be able to monetize that. So why don't you put a button on there if you want to?
Oh, you think so?
Yes. Do it, Simon. Do it until you get banned again. Just do it.
I just don't know how to do these things, but I'll try and understand.
Ask your webmaster. You got a lot of stuff on here. So you got September clues, a little piece of it here, and you got the Tychos thing. So did you uploaded all these things, right?
Sure.
You uploaded all these videos. You got an old video from 6 years ago. So you still have stuff on here. So anyway.
Yeah, but I haven't uploaded my September clues even on my own channel.
Well, put your Tycho stuff on at least.
Because they threaten.
Yeah, don't worry about them.
will.
They threaten all the time. So get it going on there. I'm going to play Star Mars there. And I'm going to thank Simon for coming on again tonight at the last minute. I didn't really plan this too well, but I just thought, because of the time difference mainly. My show's at 8 o'clock, and I know Simon's sleeping, and I don't usually do a Sunday afternoon show. And I don't, especially since. So we're gonna
it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. It was a long time.
Thank you very much. And I know this isn't relevant, but my daughter is going to Italy for her honeymoon this year. So that's pretty exciting. So she'll be passing through Rome on the way to, yeah. So she's going to Italy.
To Rome?
She's going to Florence and Rome and Naples. So she'll be in
So-
she'll be in Italy before I ever made it. How's that?
How's that?
I
I've
know.
invited you many times. I've invited you to come
I
here.
know. I haven't even. I've never been to Europe, so the day is getting closer. Getting closer.
You got to do it.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. While we're still alive.
I'll be waiting.
No, I appreciate that.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. So we're gonna play this. If we click on the word lyrics, what happens? Oh, I see it. It puts them on underneath. Okay. So we're gonna play this, Simon, and we'll have you back on a Sunday when it's easier for you, if you want.
Okay.
And I want to thank you so much for joining, Simon Shack, Clues Forum, September Clues, Tychos.space. He's done it all. And he's a musician, and he's got another album that was released in 2025 called Impossibility. And I'm sure you're working on another one right now.
No, we haven't started yet. But
Soon.
we try to make an album a year.
Oh, good.
We should be starting soon. Yeah.
All right, let's play this.
Yeah. Oh, but my bass player went to Canada.
Oh, yeah?
So I've lost my bass player now. Yeah.
Oh, what, to stay here, or he's permanently here?
So we don't. He's in. I think in. Where is he now? He's not in your side of Canada.
Vancouver.
On the other side of Canada.
Maybe Vancouver.
Yeah.
The West Coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, we will try and make another album this year as well.
You need a new bass player, so if you need you can play bass and you're in Italy, call Simon.
Right.
All right, let's hear Star Mars. Star Mars, Simon. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. All right. Take care, everybody. Fakeologist.com/donate if you want to help us out.
Some lovely reddish stars in the sky. But the only one we've ever seen is Star Mars. Star Mars. Some lovely reddish stars in the sky. But the only one we've ever seen